All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So today's forum is going to be on frequently asked questions. What questions are our customers asking us the most often? How can we help you and provide a solution that's going to be successful for you guys and to allow you to enhance the performance of your photo documentation? So I will show my screen now. Chat me in the chat box if you can't see it, and I will adjust it from there. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and get started. So the first question, one of the most frequently asked questions we have, is what does a free app mean? Free app means that FotoIN can be used from your mobile device just by using the FotoIN app itself. If you do not connect it to a storage provider, therefore not connected to a web portal, you can use the app for free. That means that the photos are going to reside on your phone. So I'll show you on my Air server. So right here you see all these photos in my account. I can use the app by having these photos reside and become available just on my mobile device. Now, if you would like to upgrade to connecting to a storage provider, if you would like to be able to access the web portal and to use the functionality of that web piece, that's when you would register and upgrade to a paying account. Okay, the next question. What is a user? A user is someone who takes photos and uses a FotoIN application on their mobile device. So that means that they can have an iPhone, an iPad, an Android phone, an Android tablet. Usually a user has probably one device that they use the most, but there is no limit to the number of devices that a user can have. And there is no limit to the number of users a company can have. A company can have as many users as they want. And we charge per user per month based off of the pricing page, which you can find on our website at the top. Next question. What if a user has multiple devices? So just like I said earlier, most people that we come across have about one device they use the most to take their photos, whether that be a phone, a tablet, etc. But a user can have multiple devices, so they can have an iPhone and an iPad, an Android phone and an iPhone, just depending on how your processes run and what devices and what technology your company uses. A user is a user and they can have as many devices as they want. So each device is not going to incur additional charges. It's not going to count as another user. The next question we have, what is the difference between a device name and a username? So your username is the name that represents you within your FotoIN account. So now within FotoIN, with our new user framework that we implemented a few months ago, your username is your name. So my name, Meg Domber. Our CTO's name, Mike Shet. So that is what will appear, and that is what represents the username. The device name in FotoIN is what represents your device. So for when you registered your iPhone yourself, it would be, for me, it's Meg's iPhone. For other people, it could be just iPhone. It could be Android phone. A device name represents your device. Now, coming soon, we are going to have the ability where the device name is going to register to a username. So on FotoIN, the device name will appear as that username. So you won't have to worry about searching through a list of iPhone, iPhone, iPhone. You're going to be able to filter through it quickly and be able to have that information accessible and more efficiently. Next question. Why can't I access finished reports on the mobile app? So I'll pull up my mobile app. When you build a report on the mobile app and you finish and upload this report, it takes that report out of the app and it starts uploading it to your storage provider and then from there to the web portal. Right now, we do not have the functionality to access finished reports from the mobile app. However, that is in our pipeline and we are working towards it in the near term. To access your reports, you can log on to the web portal. And when you log on to the web portal, there's a reports tab at the top, which I will show you. So on the FotoIN website, reports, this is where I can access all of my reports. So you'll see that the report that I just uploaded right now is at the top. And from here, you can choose to download it as a PDF, which means all the information is locked within that report, within that file. Or you can download it as a Word document, meaning that the information is accessible. You can change it, you can add photos, you can send it off to be edited by other people where you need their information added to the report. You have multiple options here to work with. And on the left-hand side, you'll see that you're going to be able to filter by projects, by users, locations, and date, and also search by keywords. All of the information within the report, so the photo metadata, any of the questions, answers, any of the information within the title, the header, all that's going to be searchable, and you can, right here in the search bar. So you'll see I searched chair, and within these 4 reports, chair is found somewhere within answers, photos, titles, questions, etc. And you can just click reset at the bottom to get to your full list of reports. Next, why are some of my photos picking up the wrong project name and or address? So there's a couple of options that could be going on here. First, you want to make sure that you set your projects ahead of time. So on the web portal again, if you go to the configurator and select projects on the left side, this is where you can set up project geofences ahead of time. So by clicking on new project, you can set up these project geofences, so when you go out on site and you enter into that geofence, when you take a photo on FotoIN, it's going to capture that project name. Next, you want to make sure that the geofence is big enough. So when you set the geofence up for a project, set it about 200 to 300 feet larger than the actual project. So when you're on the outskirts of that project, you're still capturing that project name because you're still inside that geofence. Next, you want to make sure that location services are always turned on for FotoIN on your mobile device. Having those location services turned on are going to allow the accuracy of the GPS to be enhanced. And so when you're out there taking photos, especially in areas where it might not get great service, with those location services turned on, it's going to heighten the chances that the GPS is going to capture that project name. So that when your photos are taken, it'll have the project name associated with it, and it'll link to the web portal, to your storage provider, then to the web portal. And you'll be able to search for them and easily access them. The next question. Why is the GPS capturing an incorrect location or not capturing my location at all? Similar to the one above, you want to make sure that the project is configured ahead of time, but you also want to make sure that, like I said before, your location services are turned on, and also here is going to depend on if you have Wi-Fi accessibility where you are taking photos or not. So we do have an option in FotoIN, which I will show you. Under Settings on the mobile device, you can choose to turn on syncing for mobile network data, which means when I'm out on site and I do not have a Wi-Fi connection, I can still sync all of my data from my phone over a network connection, which also means that any changes made on the web portal, so project configurations, geofences that are being set up, when you sync your device and you're not connected to Wi-Fi, you're still going to capture those changes, and that's going to allow you to capture the project name when you start taking photos on site. However, you can choose to turn that off, and you can only sync over a Wi-Fi connection. So what that means is when you're out on site and you're taking photos, it will not capture that project name. However, when you return to a Wi-Fi connection and you sync your phone is going to read the address off of that photo, and it's going to pick up that project name, and it's going to associate that name to that photo, and from there sync to your storage provider, and from there to the web portal. The next question we have, why can I not comment or annotate on some of the photos? There's going to be 2 options here. One, if this is someone else's photo, so you have upload and download permissions, which means that you are not only seeing your own photos on the mobile device. I'll show you. So these are just my photos. I only have upload only permissions. However, if I had upload and download permissions, which you can set on the web portal under users, I would be seeing other people's photos that are users on my account. If you are trying to edit someone else's photo, you are not going to have permission because you are not the person that originally took that photo. So to be able to edit that photo, you would download it to your phone, to your desktop, and from there send it back to yourself to FotoIN and import it, and you would be able to edit the information. The next thing that may be keeping you from being able to edit or comment is on FotoIN under the company information. So if I go to Configurator and I go to General Settings, you'll see Feature Controls at the bottom. Here I have Allow Annotations and Allow General Comments. If you're not being able to add annotations or add comments to your photos, check on the web portal and make sure that both of these are check marked. And from there you would sync your device, and then annotations and comments would be accessible to you for your photos on the FotoIN app. The next question we have, can I delete photos from FotoIN? There's going to be two routes that we can take here depending on the scenario that you are wanting to achieve. First, you just want to clear the clutter from your FotoIN app. You feel like there's too many photos in your gallery, and you have them in your web portal, and you have them in your storage provider, which from there sync to the web portal, but you just want to clear up that gallery on your FotoIN app. And I will show you. So from your gallery, if you swipe from the left, or on an Android, you long hold and it'll check mark, you can choose to delete a photo. To delete many, open up that action menu and click delete photos, and you can select as many photos as you would like. On an Android, you would long hold, and then the option to select many would pop up for you. This is going to take the photos out of your FotoIN app, but they will still reside in your storage provider and also in your web portal. Now, if there's photos that you want to clear out completely from your FotoIN account, you don't want them showing up on the app, you don't want them showing up on the storage provider, you don't want them showing up on the web portal, that's when you would contact us and we would help you with that. Right now, we do not have the option to completely delete that photo information from your account permanently. It's sort of a safety measure we included so that you wouldn't lose any information. But just contact us and we can definitely help you get that sorted out. Next one, why are my photos not showing up in my storage account or the web portal? So here, there's going to be two different routes again. One, you do not have a registered account and you're not connected to a storage provider. You're using the free app as we discussed earlier. Since you're not connected to a storage provider, obviously your photos will not be syncing to a storage provider, so i.e. Box, ShareFile, Ignite, an internal server for your company. It's not going to be syncing to there, and so therefore it will not be syncing to the web portal. Now, if you are connected to a storage provider, you have a paying account, and your photos have been syncing before, but they're not syncing anymore, you want to check to make sure that the connection between your FotoIN account and your storage account is verified. And you can do so. If the connection's broken, when you log on to the web portal, it will automatically prompt you to enter in those storage provider credentials again, and therefore the connection will be re-verified and you can sync your device and the photos will start to sync. However, if it does not prompt you upon entering the web portal, go to Admin Controls at the top and select Verify Storage Provider. And here, where for me it says Ignite, if it is not connected, there would be a red box that I would click that says Verify. And from there, I would enter in my storage provider credentials, and then the connection would be verified, and I would be able to sync my photos from the storage provider and from the storage provider to the web portal. Let me just make sure that I showed you guys that. I don't think my screen was showing, but just to go over again, when you log into the web portal, it'll prompt you. If for some reason it does not prompt you to enter in your credentials to verify that connection, you'll go to Admin Controls at the top, then Verify Storage Provider. Here where it says Ignite, it would have the box that says Verify. I'd click on it, enter in my Ignite credentials, and it would verify that connection again, and my photos will start to sync seamlessly from my storage account from there to the web portal. Now the last question. Why is my device not syncing to my storage provider or the web portal? Actually, we just discussed that one. It's very similar to the photos. So if your device is not syncing to your storage account or the web portal, you'll want to make sure that you check on your permission levels as a user. So going back to the web portal, if we go to Admin Controls, you'll see Users on the top. So you see that I have 2 users associated with my account. To manage or to edit the information for a user, click on the Manage icon next to that user, and this is where you can change their roles. So for a web role, they can either be an admin, where they have complete access to the web portal, they can make any changes to projects, forms, they can make changes to tags, to filing. They're going to have complete access and capabilities on the web portal. Viewer, which means that they can only view the information, so they can view photos, they can view reports, they can view data, they will not have access to the configurator where they can make changes. And then lastly, none, which means that when they try to log into the web portal, it will not let them access the web tool because they do not have permission to do so. Mobile role. There's going to be 3 different mobile roles. Upload only, which means that you're only seeing your photos on the mobile app, but that means the photos will still be syncing to the storage provider and from there to the web portal. Upload and download. You will be seeing everyone's photos on your mobile device, your photos, Bob's photos, Steve's photos, Ashley's photos. You're going to be seeing all of them on your FotoIN app in the gallery, and those photos will also be syncing to the storage provider and from there to the web portal. Now, none. This is where you can address it if your photos are not syncing. If you do not have mobile access, this means that any photos that you take are not going to be syncing to a storage provider or from there to the web portal. Also, if your user is not connected to a company account, you'll want to make sure that the admin for that company account with FotoIN invites that user by going to users and clicking new users on the top. From there, you would type in the user's information, set their permissions, and invite them. They would receive an email, which they would open up, click the link on their mobile device. From there, it'll allow them to create a password, and voila, they are done and created within your FotoIN account. And then from there, the photos from that device will start syncing to the storage provider and from the storage provider to the web portal. And that, my friends, is all the FAQs that we have to share with you. These are our most frequently asked questions. You can also visit our support page for more how-to questions for mobile app and web portal. And I'm going to leave the floor open now for a couple minutes for any questions that you guys want to ask.